Hi! In today's video I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine. My makeup routine does change from day to day. Sometimes I'll do something really neutral, sometimes I'll do like a full glitter cut crease, but this is kind of if I were to wake up in the morning and I didn't know what makeup I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do something, this would be kind of what I do. And in this video you can see the steps that I do, the techniques that I use, what kind of shapes I like to use for my personal face shape. And yeah, so let's get into it. First things first is the headband. Bald. Bald. Okay, so usually when I start my makeup, I'll have like my moisturizer and my sunscreen on, and then I'll go in with a primer. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and you can tell mine has been well loved. I've been using this a lot. It's kind of my favorite because it's really hydrating, but it still like fills in the pores and stuff. It's really smoothing while not being kind of like one of those dry silicone primers, which I really like. And then while that's kind of sinking in, I like to take just like a lip balm. This one's the Dr. Pawpaw regular unscented one. I got this recently and I really like it. Sometimes I'll like change up what lip balm I'm using. Sometimes I use like just a lip smacker. It depends on how dry my lips are. Right now they're really dry and this really helps. Then I go in with my two concealers because I'm a fiend. The first one is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, and the other one is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution one. I find this one is too hydrating that it almost doesn't stick to my skin very well. So I put this one on first, and then I take the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I find this one is too dry, so it sticks too much, but if I mix them together, like they mix together really good. And so I just put that right in like my inner corners because I feel like that's where I need the most coverage. And then I just spread it out with my finger. I put my concealer on before my foundation because I like to spread it out with my finger. I just used a small amount of both of those. And look at that. I got like reverse panda eyes. So after I'm done blending out under my eyes, I just take whatever's left of my finger and just go wherever I think I need some coverage. Next I take my foundation. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. And I pump a little bit onto a metal palette. And I just wipe it off of my face. And I smear that around. And then I get a little bit with my finger. And I just put it on like this. And then I take my foundation brush. And I'll just go and like spread that around until I get the coverage I want. I like to keep a lot of coverage sort of down here because this is where I find makeup rubs off on me. Also, like I have a lot of redness up here, but I put a lot of blush on anyways, so I feel like I don't need as much coverage like right here in my cheek area as much as I need down here. Okay, so after I have my mask of foundation and concealer on, I'll go in with a loose powder to set it. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I like this powder too. You have to be careful not to breathe when you're using it because it will go in your nose and you will taste this peach scent for entirely too long. So first I like to go in with like a small fluffy pointed brush. This is the Luxie and JD Wadey 180 brush, and I just press it right up under my eyes. Try not to breathe. So I press it up under my eyes just to make sure that that concealer is really set. I'll usually take it down like, oh I got it in my mouth. But I'll take it down like along my smile lines and down the side of my nose, just places I want my makeup to be like really, really set and kind of stay throughout the day. It doesn't taste bad. That's the thing. It does taste like peach candy, but it's just not ideal to get powder in your lungs, kind of in general. It is very strong. I wish they'd make like an unscented version of this because I really like how smoothing it is and it does add a little bit of coverage. Anyways, and then I take like a big powder brush and I'll pat it all over. So now that my foundation is adequately powdered and I only have minimal lung damage, I will go in with a bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I mean, it's just like your regular, I mean, everyone uses this. I think I have the shade Light Bronzer because I'm very pale. All of the shades of this are really light though, so whatever, I guess. And I just, like, I'll put that in my hairline, around my forehead, and just fluff that onto my cheeks, kind of like on and under my cheekbone, and then on my double chin and on my neck, sort of setting up the foundation for contouring on my chin strap beard here. I like this bronzer too. It's really smooth and it's a really good like light matte bronzer. It's so expensive though. People are like, this is the best drugstore bronzer. It costs $20. Go to Sephora and get a $30 bronzer, or get one of the Wet n Wild bronzers. Those are good too. And I put a little bit on my nose, just kind of all over. I don't care. Next I go in and contour. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I got this one in my first year of university. This is one of the first Sephora purchases I ever made, and you can tell it is very well loved. I'll take like this lighter contour shade here, and I have the brush, which I got at Winners, I think. Oh no, put on too much. I often put on too much. My hair's kind of in my face, so I don't worry too much about wearing too much makeup, especially like on my forehead or like right here in the the pocket of my cheek, since I know my hair is going to cover most of it anyways. Make sure to get that into my hairline as well. And then, oh, chin strap beard time. I'm gonna pretend that I have a jawline. Very fun. I do contour my forehead a little bit, even though I know that it's just gonna get covered up by my bangs. I don't know, I just feel like I have to. I don't know why. And now I'm going to go in and contour my nose. This is another one of the Luxie JD 180 brushes. And I just take a little bit of that same contour powder and I make sure there's very, very little on the brush. And I look straight ahead and I just go along sort of the bone, like the thinnest part of my nose. I don't get too stressed out about this. My nose is pretty crooked and I just do this for like a little bit of definition anyways. So just like a very, very light amount. I go underneath. I like to kind of make my nose look like it's been pushed up a little bit. So underneath, and I get underneath the nostrils too. I find a lot of times people who do nose contour and they say it doesn't look good, they just do like the two stripes down the sides and they're ignoring the fact that you have like nostrils that need to be contoured as well, or else it just looks like you have like two lines down the side of your nose. So I go across where my nostrils are. Once again, nothing too intense. If I feel like I've kind of messed up or smudged it a little bit, I'll take this other end with some of the light powder in here, and I'll just go along the edges here. I'm not too fussy about it. And then I'll take like a fluffy brush and just go over it, make sure everything's kind of blended. And next I go in with one of my favorite things, blush. This is the Milani Luminoso blush. Mine's also very well loved. You can tell it's pretty flat, but I'll just take my blush brush and just get as much as possible on there. And then I just smack it on. I like to take it kind of under my eyes here in this sort of U shape. I don't know, I feel like that's most flattering for my face shape. I have a very round face. A lot of people put their blush like up here, but I find that makes my face look wider. So I like to keep it very frontal because it kind of pulls it out a bit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that does anything, but I like it. And I also keep it well above my contour. I like to have my face be like no makeup down here, just foundation, and then from here up, just like a mask of all the makeup you can imagine. I like a lot of blush too, so put a lot of that on. And then when I do my nose blush, a lot of people just put it right on the tip, but since the tip of my nose is very round, I feel like that makes it look like too round, and so go underneath and all the way across my nostrils too, and just like the bottom half of my nose. And I make sure I get the sides. That's the thing for me, is like I need to get the sides of my nose with the blush, or else my nose just looks way too round. I really like this blush too because it's not matte. I'm not a huge fan of matte blushes. I used to be. I used to only wear matte blush, but now I like it to be a little glowier. Oh my god, I love blush so much. Sometimes I'll put a little bit on my forehead, blend out any bronzer and contour I have up there, and dust a little on my chin. And before I do highlight, I take my setting spray and I spray my face. And then while it's still wet, I'll put on my highlight. This is the badescu, I don't know, the rose water spray. And everyone's like, oh, that's so bad for your skin. Well, I put it on over top of like 14 layers of makeup, so whatever. Also, I like that this is like 90% glycerin, because I find once this sets down on my face, if I'm doing eyeshadow and I get fallout, it's really easy to flick off. Like nothing sticks to this once it dries down. Anyways. And then, yeah, well, that's still wet. Take my highlighter. This is the Nicole Guerreiro Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is also well loved. I think I got this in like my second year of university, like when it first launched. And then I take my little highlight brush. I just mix a bunch of them together. Sometimes I wear like 2 or 3 highlighters. Sometimes I only wear 1. It really depends on how I'm feeling that day. Over my cheekbone, a little bit on my forehead, but mostly on my cheekbone. I love this highlighter so much. I'm so glad that they brought this highlight palette back, because I know there were a lot of people who didn't get it when it first launched. This is so pretty. And then when I highlight my nose, I'll do like a little bit down the middle, and then I try and highlight as low as possible, because I don't want to highlight like the top of this really round part of my nose. Like I keep it pretty low. If I could put this just all over my face, I would. I zoomed in just a little bit because now I'm going to be doing my eyes, well, my eyebrows. And so I take the ABH Dip Brow Pomade. I have the shade Granite, which is the like the darkest shade. And I take a little angled brush and I just get in there, get some of that. And what I like to do is get some on my brush, and then I pinch it and I pull it so that, oh, it just came apart. I pinch it and I pull it so that the bristles are really thin. And then when I'm doing my eyebrows, I just draw lines straight up in the front. I like my eyebrow to look very drawn on, like very sketchy, so very stark lines in the front, and then I just kind of paint on the rest of it. And so it just pinching. And so my hands do get covered in goop, but I just take a makeup wipe and wipe it off. And then so at the front, and then whoop, we're getting to the middle, and I'll start doing them a little more at an angle. And so like halfway through, that's when I'll start just kind of going in, just regular. And I like to underline my eyebrows a little bit, so like I make sure that the natural hair is still showing above where I actually put the pomade. I just feel like it makes it look a little more natural. I know I just said I like them to look painted on, but I just kind of extend the tail of my eyebrow out a little bit, and that's it. Okay, so this eyebrow is the one I did off camera, and you can really see what I mean like when I say like a sketchy eyebrow. Okay, and now for the actual eyes. I'll start off by priming with my Makeup Revolution Ultimate Eye Base. Just a light amount. This stuff is really thick and a little bit goes a really long way. And then for eyeshadow, for like every day, I'll usually just match whatever I'm wearing. So like if I'm wearing a t-shirt that has purple in it, I'll wear purple. If I'm wearing something a little busier, I'll wear like a neutral eyeshadow. But if I'm wearing something like today where it's just all black, I'll just kind of do whatever. Today I feel like wearing green eyeshadow. I really like green eyeshadow, like a lot. And so I'm using the Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. This palette looks like this. This is one of my favorite palettes. You know, I've seen people do those, oh, like what makeup would I buy if all my makeup got burned in a fire, what would I buy again? For me, it's this. I feel like this is the most versatile Morphe palette because you got these greens and you like browns and reds and there's purples in here. This black down here, this black eyeshadow is like the best black eyeshadow I have in my entire collection. Anyways, we're sticking up here, we're sticking with these greens. Generally, I'll start with like just a kind of a fluffy crease brush. I'm taking this light green. This one's called Stroke of Luck. And I just slap that on there. So after I've got kind of my transition-y color on, I'll take then a smaller fluffy brush and go in kind of with like the next shade deeper. This one's the shade Express Yourself. And I focus this one more in my like natural crease. And I also pat that on my outer corner just a little bit. And then to finish off the top of the eye, I'll take like another sort of tiny flat type of brush and go in with a really dark shade. This is the shade Green with Envy. And I'll pat that just right on my outer corner here, and then I'll buff lightly up into my natural crease. And then to finish off sort of this matte eyeshadow, I'll go in either with a teeny tiny brush or with like just a flat shader brush, and I'll take some of the shades that I used on top and buff them underneath my eyes. I like going in with a fluffy brush with looks like this, where it's more of like a kind of grungy green type of look. If I was doing something a little more structured, I'd go in with a flat brush and just really precisely put eyeshadow on. But this, I'm just kind of buffing it all out. Okay, so after I have all that eyeshadow on, I'll then go in with like a shimmery shade, and I'll just pick it up on my finger. I'm going to use the shade Pop Star, which is kind of like a golden green color, and I just smack that on my lid. And I don't care if it goes over my natural crease. I have hooded eyes, so it's going to transfer up there anyways. Smear it around and kind of blend it out with my finger. I apply all my shimmers with my fingers. I don't usually use a brush. I just feel like you get the most kind of color payoff if you just jam your finger in there. Okay, that shimmer doesn't have enough glitter in it for me, so I'm going to go in with a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is in this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Sailor. This has a bit of a green reflect. It's just kind of like a neutral color. But once again, just sticking my fingers right in there. I feel like you can't tell on camera, but it is adding like a blue-green reflect, and it's shimmery. Next, I go in with my eyeliner. I'm using the NYC liquid eyeliner, and I know you can't get this anymore because NYC went out of business, but this is literally my favorite eyeliner of all time. If anyone ever sees any of this kind of out in the wild for like a decent price, please pick it up for me. I will pay you with my soul. This is the best eyeliner ever made. Bring it back. I'll take some of this and I just do a wing. A lot of people take a long time to do winged eyeliner. I was a scene kid in junior high, so I've been wearing eyeliner, winged eyeliner every single day since I was like 13. So for me, no time at all. Just smack it right on there. I don't like to bring it all the way into my inner corner. This eyeliner isn't waterproof, so it will run a little bit. Also, since my eyes are so close together, I like to kind of draw them out, like apart from each other. I feel like every look just automatically looks a million times better with winged eyeliner. I feel like I'm not myself without winged eyeliner, you know? Anyways, for mascara, I just use, right now, I'm using the Milk Kush mascara. Just a little baby one. Whenever I can get one of these little baby mascaras from Sephora, I get it because I have sensitive eyes, so I have to throw out my mascara every 3 months. And I'm not spending $30 on a full-size mascara if I'm gonna have to throw it out in 3 months. But they give away enough of these little sample size things, and they last for 3 months. So, free mascara all the time. I can't remember the last time I actually bought and paid for a mascara. Okay, so I've taken my hair down and those are eyes all done, and I've wiped any makeup or lip balm that I had on my lips. Okay, so before I do my lips, I will do a little lip scrub. This is the Makeup Revolution one. It came in like one of their Christmas gift sets. I really like the Lush one. That one's really good, but this one's good too. Just get all that dead skin off. And yes, I lick it off. A lot of people say that's gross. I don't know, the Lush one says you can eat it. I assume you can eat all of them. And it's just skin that was on my lips, like it's already in my mouth, so whatever. So then next I'll align my lips. This is the Makeup Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in the shade White Wedding. I bought this purely because of the Billy Idol song, but it is a good lip liner, so that's cool. I usually kind of overline my lips, and I try and even them out as much as possible. Like I fill out the top part here, because my lip, like it kind of goes whoop, and so I go whoop to kind of fill it out. Especially this side. This side is a lot less full than this side, which is annoying, but I try my best to fix it. It's never perfect, but whatever, nothing's perfect. Then I overline a bottom. So that's a lip liner on. Kind of smushed around a little bit. And then I really like lip gloss. That's kind of my favorite. I used to like liquid lipsticks the best, but now I tend to wear a lip gloss or like a bullet lipstick. I just find it's the most comfortable. Anyways, this is the Buxom full-on pumping. This is the Buxom full-on plumping lip cream in the shade Mudslide. Got this in a set recently. These are some of my favorite lip glosses, but they're so expensive. But usually either Black Friday or Boxing Day they'll have a set where you can get them for a good price. And that's it. That's kind of what I'll do for my everyday. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I would love to know how your kind of everyday makeup routine differs from mine, if you think anything that I do is kind of unique, or if you have any tips or tricks on how you like to do your makeup on an everyday basis. I think that'd be really fun. I always love seeing how different people do their makeup differently. I feel like everyone kind of gets into this routine, and yeah, it's just always interesting, you know, how people choose to put their face on every morning. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, because I liked filming it. Bye!